Hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Midwest Buzz. We are happy you're here and happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
We took a little bit longer of a break than we normally have in the past.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been so long, but my New Year's was spent in the hospital. So.
Yeah. Not ideal, and just I also feel like the holidays just get crazy.
Yeah, you're doing so many different family gatherings and such.
Yes, which I'm sure you guys can relate.
And now JC has a fiance and she has to do stuff with his family.
Very busy. No,
a wedding planning.
That probably more than anything has been what I've been like, oh my gosh, like why is this going so fast?
Yeah.
I think I told you, but I got like, which I think we should do like a wedding. I was thinking about this. We should do like a wedding planning episode. But
maybe
I
that'll be our next episode.
Yeah, I had set up like a Zola account, and it had emailed me, and it was like 4 months until your wedding, and I was like, surely that is wrong. Like I must have put the date in wrong.
Well, over the Christmas break, JC went and tried on wedding dresses, and her sister-in-law is also pregnant. She's doing like
very end of February.
Yeah. And everybody's saying like, oh, this wedding is coming so quickly, and we're talking about like shipping with the dress and everything like that. And I looked at Ashton and I was like, it's coming quickly, but at the same time we both won't be pregnant anymore by that point.
Yeah,
like we're both gonna have babies, and that feels like that's still so
a
far
long
off.
Ways away. Yeah.
But it's not. Anyways,
well, I was thinking about your brother and sister-in-law's wedding, and I was like, oh, mine's the next weekend.
I said that to Adam the other day.
I know in my head, like when I booked that weekend and when I knew all of this, that was like the case. But I was like,
but you weren't positive because you weren't engaged when you booked their wedding.
Oh, no. I meant like when I booked mine.
Oh, yes.
I knew, like when we picked our date, I knew that I had a wedding the weekend before. And I was like, it'll be fine. Which it will be fine.
Yes.
But I was just like, oh, I was meeting with her yesterday going over like the timeline, and she sent me like their invites with like the hotel block information, and I was like, I don't have my invites with the hotel block information out, and I was like, oh no. So I called and got a hotel block.
Nice. What hotel did you do?
We did it at the Ward because then I think the rehearsal supper is going to be like in the Finery.
That's cool that you could do it at the Ward.
Yeah, and
I
then
thought that they had all turned into apartments.
They had like 18.
Oh,
so she let me block off 16.
Cole's family. And I guess your one's from Fargo.
Yeah, there'll be like a few. I mean...
Oh, and your sister. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will stay with family,
now everybody
too.
knows where all of your family is.
Everywhere. Yeah. So,
yeah,
we'll see. I might make a second block somewhere else just in case like there's not enough there.
Wait, so the rehearsal dinner will be at... Where'd you say?
The Finery.
The Finery. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so then people can just like walk downstairs, be there, and then you could also just walk to Ingalls from like the Ward.
And hopefully you have really great weather. It'd be awesome. I'm hoping Tiffany and Hunter have really great weather too. Because
I know.
Duluth, I guess Minnesota is.
You could have snow in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I was thinking of is I was like, okay, they're so close together. And I'm like, Olivia is like due. And then I was like, I guess I knew you'd have a little baby at the wedding, but I didn't think about like how little.
Yeah.
Like she's going to be just like
I want
a little
belly band for her to wear to the wedding. I was like, my belly went down really quickly with Grant, but this is the second one. And I just was like, I want to feel like good about the pictures and I want to let my chest is already going to be massive, which is like
maybe if you get like the right waistline, it'll just be like,
I got to like think about, that's another thing Ashton and I were saying. We're like, we have to think about breastfeeding friendly dresses, which she thought is easier than bump friendly dresses. And I was like, yeah, I guess it depends.
Yeah, that's probably true. She sent me a bunch of like ones that she's looking at. So
nice.
We'll see if she got any.
Looking.
You've been busy. Give them poor little Grant's update.
Oh, yeah. So over on Christmas evening, Grant spiked a pretty high fever. It was like 102. And we were staying out at the lake. So Adam rushed home and got Tylenol because we were like, what else can we do? We want to make sure it goes down. It went down. He was fine the next day, playing, happy, everything. Then Thursday evening, like when I got back from the dress fitting or whatever, he was kind of fussy. He was still playing with Asa and hanging out with my parents, but then he started coughing pretty badly. And then Friday he was pretty grumpy, and then Saturday he was just basically like did not want me to put him down. Fever, we kept getting a fever and coughing and everything. Anyways, Monday early in the morning, like 3 a.m., I woke up because he's just like coughing and I felt like his breathing was weird. So I woke Adam up and I was like, can you go get like basically an oxygen reader from the gym? They have it there because they have like a pulmonary rehab group. And so he went and got that, and his was close to like 79. And your oxygen
are you supposed to be like 90? I was gonna say. Yeah.
So Adam was like, we need to take him in. So poor guy. It's like 3:30 in the morning, and we're all like went to the emergency room, and he's so disoriented. And then of course they're like, you know, they didn't poke him or anything, but you know, they're poking and prodding, they're hooking him up to stuff, and he's just like not feeling well, was asleep. Anyways, ended up being he had RSV and COVID, and it was the ER doctor was like, I don't think it's RSV, it's probably just some like bronchitis or something, and having, you know, he probably has the flu or something. He's like, we haven't seen any cases of RSV yet. And then he's like, I'll call you with the results if you guys want to go home. You don't want to wait for it. So we went home, and as soon as like 5 minutes into being home, he called and he's like, yeah, so he has COVID and RSV. It's the first case we've seen. And I was like, oh, fun. Anyways, so they had given him a steroid when we were there. And the next evening his oxygen was back down again, and Adam called like the nurse hotline, and they were like, yeah, you should probably take him in. And we went in, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna admit him, since it was
just because he couldn't keep his oxygen levels up, essentially.
Yeah, and he just wasn't really eating. He was just it was rough. And that steroid that they gave him made him so fussy, because I don't know, they call it roid rage for toddlers, but it was a legitimate thing. He was just like, and he was not feeling well, so he was just grumpy.
I always feel so bad for like kids when they're sick, because I just can't tell you like what they need. And
he was just so so then we were in the hospital for 3 nights, and that's how we rang in our new year in the emergency room. One of the nurses like came in and was like, Happy New Year. I was like, we thought we were going to be sleeping through it this year.
Little did you know. Did you guys both spend the night there?
Yeah. The first night we were there, like we went into the emergency room around 11, and they were like right away, they said, yeah, we're going to admit you. It took us till 2:30 to get into a room.
Ugh.
Which was, Grant fell asleep and whatever, but they also had to put an IV in, which was horrible. But anyways, I slept in the bed with Grant. They had a crib, but it basically looks like a giant cage, and it's like elevated or whatever. And it's long enough that like the mattress, Adam ended up taking the mattress out of the crib and sleeping on it on the floor in the second night. But the first night he slept in the chair, like the reclining chair, which was so squeaky. I felt bad for him. And I slept in the bed with Grant, and then we switched, and I let him sleep in the bed, but he was just like too big for his like arms and the way Grant wanted to cuddle in and everything. So basically just watched a lot of TV. It was kind of nice because New Year's Day there's a ton of movies on TV. So we just like watched a bunch of movies, and Grant slept or watched Bluey on my phone or Adam's laptop. So
poor little buddy. I'm glad he's better. And
we had great nurses and everything. And now he's pretty much 100%. Just has a rash from the medicine.
Yeah, steroids mess people up. I had one time when I had like bronchitis, and it made me feel like I was gonna have a heart attack.
I hate stuff like that. They say it makes you jittery and stuff. And so when we came home, we still had to like do the rest of the steroid, which is just like a liquid whatever, but he wouldn't. All 3 days that I gave it to him, and I would give it to him right away in the morning, he couldn't nap. But he would go to sleep at night fine, probably around like 8. But he couldn't nap.
Must have just like had him wired.
And he was on an antibiotic, which messed with his tummy, gave him some tummy issues, but didn't seem to bug him so much as like Adam and I were just constantly changing diapers, and he has the rash, and he hated getting his diaper changed because he's never had a diaper rash before.
Oh wow.
So that was his first one. And it's so bad.
And he's like, this is terrible, I'm sure.
So.
Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure we had them as children, but we don't remember it. But like, that just sounds terrible. Like, you see some of those poor little, like, baby. Oh, no.
But he's better now, so that's good.
Good. Healthy new year from here on out.
We are ready to start on a better foot.
Because we haven't even done an episode since Christmas, have we?
No.
overall, though, I feel like your Christmas kind of got hijacked by sickness. But, like...
Yeah, but we still had a good time. Okay. And him and Asa did have, like, they had a lot of fun and funny moments. Yeah.
That's good.
Just cute.
My prime rib turned out good.
Oh, nice.
I cooked it a little too long, but it wasn't, like... It was just more on, like, the medium to, like, medium well versus, like, medium rare. But everyone still enjoyed it. So I'm going to be investing in, like, the probes that you, like, put in it and then have it just, like, the reading on your phone. So you can just, like, constantly monitor it versus just, like, checking it because it can change so quickly.
Committing to this prime rib being your thing.
Yes.
Investing in tools for it.
I think so.
Nice.
I will be known as the prime rib aunt.
Prime rib
or whatever queen. You want to say. But yeah, no, my Christmas was much more uneventful than yours. Well, also, it feels like Christmas feels like it was like months away.
Yeah, like it was so long ago.
Like I know it's only like today we're recording, it's the 10th. Christmas feels like it was 2 months ago. Yeah. I don't know why. It just feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, a lot just has happened.
Since then I've been working out in the lake house. Trying to get everything ready. The painters are in there now. Getting quotes for like carpet, countertops, just kind of getting all of that stuff done. I need to go pick out some samples for countertops.
That's fun though.
Did I show you the mock-up of what I want to do to the fireplace?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So cute. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's going to be much better than what it is right now.
I'm also fully winging it for what we're doing for New Year's resolutions.
Oh.
Ins, outs, whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Have they seen my curtain bangs?
You guys. Yeah. She did it. She got the bangs.
I can't remember when I got them cut. Did we do an episode since?
You were going, I think the last time we recorded, you went after.
You guys haven't seen them then. Do you see these floaty little things? I fluffed them, like air dried them.
Because I didn't even see them in person until your dress fitting.
Oh.
Or till your dress try on.
I got like that hairbrush, hair dryer brush thing for Christmas. And I really love it.
How do you, teach me how to do it. Which way, when you do it.
So when I do it, I just like grab this whole section. And I just, like, put it in, and I just go...
And you do it that way. Okay. And you just stay.
Sound effects.
Do you hold it for a while?
And they go...
And then it's good.
And then they fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have one of those, like, Revlon blow dry brushes, too. And I don't have curtain bangs, but I have, like, a little bit of
But you could still give them, like, texture.
Yeah.
And, like, volume.
Excuse me, sorry. So, yeah, I just want to... And I feel like I just never get it right, so... I'm not good with hair, but I want my hair to be cute. So
it takes some skill. Even like I can curl them really good with like a straightener. This side is always perfect. This side, it's on crack cocaine some days. It's like pew, like everywhere.
Wait, which side is the one you like for photos?
My left side. Yeah, so the bangs on the left understand.
They understand the assignment.
The right side not so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that I got them. I think that they will be very really fun. What else have I been doing? Did some hunting.
Not we had some really nice weather. Was that the Saturday after Christmas that it was really nice?
Yes. Yeah, it was beautiful.
So, yeah.
It was like 40 degrees. Even we were not hunting with gloves on. Nice. Like it was so nice.
Yeah.
If you guys follow me on TikTok, I'm the real JCJ. Cole and I went and got coffee like a few weekends ago. And it was Sunday. We were headed to church. We went to Scooters. I handed him my little like rewards, or I had the app pulled up on my phone so he could just like scan my rewards. And then I had some cash from Christmas. So I was like, oh, just pay with this. Yeah. And so I handed him the cash and he scanned it, got our coffees. We drive away and he's like, oh, they didn't take my money. And I was like, oh, no. And the girl even handed us our coffees and said, oh, are you guys going to make a sip-in Saturday or sip-in Sunday? And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe we will. So I was like, so we get to church and I quick made one. I was like, you guys, we stole these coffees. So after church, we went back he was like, hey, we went through earlier. We like tried to pay and didn't, like, can we pay for it? And they're like, oh, we comped it, like, don't worry about it, like, that was our mistake. And so we like pulled through, like, we had to continue going through, and we're like,
Scooters is just a
we're like,
drive-through.
hi, thank you, like. So then the Sunday after, same girl was checking us out, giving us our coffee, and I was like, give her like a nice tip. He gave her like $5, which isn't much, but like for a coffee, that would probably be a good tip.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I felt so bad. She probably, I mean, I hope it didn't come out of her paycheck.
They probably just like marked it as
yeah,
some sort of something. Grant's crying for no reason, or he might have gone to number 2, because I changed his diaper before the podcast before I laid him down, and there was a little bit in there, and I was like, oh. So we might have to pause for me to go check that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll give him a second.
Brief intermission.
Let me just ask him. Grant, did you poop?
Do you think he would tell you?
Sometimes he says, but he doesn't like getting his diapers changed right now, so he tries to.
No, I don't know what that wretched smell is. It's clearly not
like,
me.
I can't fall asleep because of this mess in my diaper, but no, I did not. Anyways, we'll leave him be for now. I'll go check.
Okay, so ins and outs, New Year's resolutions. That was what we were going to briefly talk about today. Yeah. Mostly an update video.
One thing I wrote down was like the things I did last year that I liked. That I'm one of the things I'm not going to do again this year. But last year I started the year with a social media detox, and I am doing that again this year. I don't have Instagram or Facebook on my phone. Although actually I did get Facebook back because I was selling some things when I went through and deep cleaned my house. So I got on Facebook Marketplace to sell some things, but
you're just deleting the apps from your phone. You still have all of your accounts active.
Yes. Okay, I'm just not getting on for the month of January.
I like that.
Yeah, and so far it's been good. It's definitely an addiction, because like if I sit down and just have like time, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Now I'm a part of a book club, and we have a new book that we're reading, so I actually got it on tape audio. Oh, nice. So I'll be listening to that. But yeah, I was like, just want to scroll, or like I go on and I'm like, oh no. But I feel like also a lot of people are due that I follow this month, and so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss all these baby announcements, but
they'll be there when you log in. Yeah. But again, it is hard because
I'll just see them at church. Stuff. Some of them are like actual people that I know, so I'll just be like, oh, you had your baby, which is how you would have found out in the olden days. So
like, yeah, can you imagine? Oh, we have to find things out in real life. Yeah.
Or I guess with church, I'd probably find out through Mail Train first. I get emails about like, can you deliver a meal? And then another thing I did last year was, it's called the Good Things Jar, and there was like a video that my mother-in-law had sent me where they wrote down something good that happened each week of the year. So like and then in New Year's you would go through the jar and pull one out, and you'd have 52 to read through of like, oh yeah, this.
Oh yeah.
So instead of doing a jar, because it's easier for me to just like, I just kept a note in my phone, and I put like January 1st through 7th and whatever we did or whatever. I haven't gone back and read through it yet, but that was something I did.
That'll be fun. Kind of like a gratitude kind of thing too. Yeah. I like that. So. I think that stuff like that puts things in perspective. Like sometimes we're going through things and maybe they are hard. Maybe they just seem hard. And you look back, a year later and you're like, oh, like I was really struggling, but like now like I'm on the other side of it and I feel so like we're good.
Yeah. Because I know that there's going to be some weeks in this, or like in the thing where I'm like, oh yeah, that's when we had our miscarriage. Or like I know that I had written down like, we found out we were pregnant last January. And then it's like, oh, a miscarriage. But I also remember like having my sisters came for my 30th birthday, and like I know that stuff's in there, and so I'm going to read through it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I don't know if I'll do it again this year, just because is kind of a commitment.
I think it's more of the reminder of actually doing it.
Maybe I would keep a journal of it. Yeah. As a better idea. Is like write down the week and have 52 pages to read through at the end. I don't know. Especially with a new baby coming, it might be Who knows?
I mean, I think it's good to do. It's just the taking the time to do it and stay committed to it.
Yeah.
Which is like anything, but yeah.
So, yeah, those were my things from last year. And then I'll say one of my goals, and then you can do one of yours. But one of my things was getting my house organized. I'm in the major nesting phase. By the time this comes out, I'm 26 weeks. And the other day, my mother-in-law took Grant for the day so that I could clean up Christmas and clean my house. And I just was like in the zone. I was having so much fun with it though. It's like dusting, wiping everything down. I went through Grant's playroom, was like, I'm getting rid of this, and it just felt really nice. And so I have a few spaces I want to
I feel like that's organize. So satisfying.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing better than just like having a clean space.
Yeah, it felt really nice. So I'm excited too. The nursery is a big on the list, and then my kitchen.
Are you guys moving Grant out, or are you going to have them both in there?
We'll have them both in there.
Okay.
Since that way we're all on the same floor.
Yeah.
And I mean, she'll be in our room for the first however many months. So
yeah. So one of my like things that I just want to keep implemented in my life, I actually started doing it. I originally was going to start it December 1st, and it was like the 30-30-30, which is like waking up within 30 minutes, consuming 30 grams of protein, and then going on a 30-minute walk. And I've been doing it like I think I've missed one day since December 1st.
Wow.
And on that day we were going hunting all day, so I still walked. I just didn't get up and do it because I couldn't convince myself that it was worth getting up at 6 a.m. to go on a mile, because I'll walk close to like 2.5 miles. And I was like, I cannot convince myself to go on a 2.5 mile walk before I spend an entire day pheasant hunting.
You walk 2.5 miles.
I usually do it an hour.
Okay.
I've commit like bare minimum to the 30, but typically once I'm on there, if I have time, I like to stay on an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I got a walking pad for Christmas, and it takes me 20 minutes to walk a mile at the like lower speed.
Yeah, but that's
like 2.5 or something.
20 minutes to do a mile?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's basically what I'm doing.
So, but I thought you were saying you went 2.5 in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and I was like,
no, I'm not running on this pad.
I was like, she's speed walker, get her in the Olympics.
So basically going forward, what I kind of want to do is no matter what, like you need to be out the door by 8, cool. You're getting up at 6. Like commit to doing that every morning just because it is so easy. And even from a like kind of business side, it's been so productive because every morning I wake up, I eat my stuff, I feed my dog, I get on the walking pad, and I reply to emails, like anything that was on my little to-do list. Like I've been blogging a bunch of seniors. It gets done. Where sometimes it's like if you don't actually sit down and reply to emails, like, oh, it's been 3 days and that person emailed me and I did not respond to them.
Yeah.
So I think it's been really good for that side of it too.
Yeah. Heck yeah. It's great.
Yes. Get those steps in. Update. Grant did not poop his pants. He's just being a stinker.
Yeah, he's just very tired and not wanting to go to bed. I don't know. We will leave him and see what happens. Probably fall asleep eventually.
It's not like he's like crying. He's just like, meh.
Yeah. He's a little bit upset because I went up there now and got him, like lifted him up to smell him, and he's like, "You're not taking me out? What's going on?" He was
My plan did not work.
Yeah. Okay. One of my other goals, that's one thing with Grant being sick and everything, his sleep got wrecked, and it had been so good where he was falling asleep on his own. We're just kind of getting back into that. Like last night I just laid him down and he fell asleep on his own. At naps, usually I lay him down and he hadn't been crying until I just went back up. So it's getting back there, but I was very discouraged at first. I told Adam, I was like, oh, figures. I mean, obviously a healthy kid is like the most important thing.
Right.
But I was like, oh, just when we had it so nice.
I know. Well, that happened with his like chicken pox too.
Yes.
Like
yeah. There's always something.
One day he'll sleep good.
God just doesn't want Adam and I to get used to sleep since we're having a new baby anyways. One of my basic ones is obviously I want to stay healthy and active. One, because for this pregnancy, but just for myself too. And 2, because I have 2 weddings right after I have a baby.
Yeah, she's gotta be looking good. No. Just kidding. You will look good. You bounced back so fast after Grant.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the type of like body you have.
Hope so. Partly because I stayed active
with
Grant. But I also didn't have, I feel like it kind of helps me stay more active having Grant, but at the same time I'm not able to just like go to the gym and do all the things like I was when I was pregnant with Grant.
Yeah, I feel like you've been
we've
pretty
been
good though.
Pretty consistent. It's just more like I'm like not doing all the breath work that I did when I was pregnant with Grant, of like or like all the pelvic floor things that I would do like before or after my workout, which I just need to do them at home and do them during his nap or like when he's playing or whatever. It's just about prioritizing. So that's one
Next
thing I want to do.
Next time you think about like hitting the social media button, be like pelvic floor exercises.
Breath work. Labor prep.
One of my, it kind of ties into your like social media thing. I went in and set time, like, so you can go on your phone and you can put like, don't allow me to go on these apps, you know, after a certain time.
Oh yeah.
So I shut all of my social media apps after 8.
Nice.
So like you go on them and it's like you ran out of time, like it's past 8. And obviously if something happened and you're like, oh, I'm waiting for a Facebook message from someone, I need to go check that.
Yeah.
You can bypass it and just hit like remind me in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But just having like that screen stopping you saying like, no, you don't need to go on here.
And you're like, oh.
So good. Ever since I started it on Monday.
Okay.
And like at night, I'll get in bed and I'll get on my phone and I'll like go to hit Facebook, blocked. Go hit Instagram, blocked. Go to TikTok, blocked. And I'll be like, you know that they're blocked, JC. But I have to like see it and be like, no, you can put your phone down and you can go to bed. Like it's midnight. You don't need to be
You're
scrolling.
Tired.
Yeah. And so I get that some people have really good self-control. I am not one of them. Yeah. I need like boundaries. And so I feel like that's been really good in helping me to stay off my phone and just go to sleep.
That's great. It's a good idea. Mm-hmm. So either way, delete the apps, set the boundaries.
Yeah, do what you need to do.
Obviously, you need them for work. And now I'm like, I don't need them for work. We do have Adam's like a little side business on Facebook, but he has access to that.
And if you do it in a healthy way where it's like once a week we check it.
Yeah.
As a scheduled like, oh, on Monday mornings we check messages to make sure that no one sent us inquiries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did a whole month too that one time. Yeah. And I just put like, I had scheduled posts going out, but then I put like a disclaimer and pinned it on the top saying like, hey, I will not reply to anything. If you email me, I will reply to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's ways to do it, even if you are running a business through social media. Yeah. But yeah, just going to bed, like that's so bad for your body to sit on your phone scrolling.
Yeah. Wait,
I don't care. Like I can do it during the day. No.
Yeah.
It's just at night. I'm like, it's been so bad for me. Right before you go
to sleep or right when you wake up in the morning, it's like so bad for you. And it's both of those things I was doing so horribly, especially right when I woke up. It's like, oh, what am I doing? One of my other ones is getting Grant to eat better. I have a severely picky eater. He did, while we were in the hospital, he tried some new things. He was very excited about the tray of food being delivered. And so he tried like chicken tenders, which to be excited that your kid tried chicken tenders, like the bare minimum. But yeah, he ate like a whole chicken tender when we were in the hospital and we were like, okay. But he wasn't eating French fries, which has been like our normal go-to or whatever. Then today he ate French fries for the first time since before Christmas. Which again, the bare minimum. But he eats like, if I make sweet potatoes at home and like cut them into the shape of fries, he will eat those really well.
Yeah. Like, it's so interesting. Like he used to love meat so much, so it's so odd to me that he now doesn't.
Like before he was 1,
he
would eat like the steak and stuff. He never would. Like ground beef he never liked. And I think Adam's a big texture guy. I think I've said this before. And I feel like Grant is very much texture, but when they're a baby they're eating just basically mush.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did you get to be where you cared so much about texture?
Yeah. I sometimes think genetics play more of a role than you think.
Yes. Sorry.
Because maybe it's learned, maybe it's I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, well, so that's one of my goals. He does drink smoothies really well, and he doesn't care what I put into them.
So at least you can like cover up anything, and he's like getting.
Yeah, I could literally put bone broth into a smoothie, and as long as it's mixed with like fruit and stuff.
Speaking of bone broth, I made the bone broth hot chocolate.
Oh, I was wanting to do
It was
that.
really good.
Was it good?
Yeah, you couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
I did like half milk, half bone broth.
Yeah.
And I made it, and I didn't tell Cole. I just made it.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything, and I was like, yeah, this is like a really high protein hot chocolate. And he was like, oh, like, what'd you use? And I was like, bone broth. He was like, really? And I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, well, can't tell.
Yeah, I think Adam would like if I did that because he's, higher protein and all that kind of stuff. And it's obviously so good for him.
I have really been trying to, that's like something that I'm trying to do is like eat. Obviously with the whole 30-30-30 thing, like I like to try to get enough protein in. But then also I just bought a month's supply, it's like an auto ship thing, of collagen. Nice. Because I am notorious for like, is at Target and like, oh, I should get collagen. And I'll grab like the blue like collagen peptides and, maybe randomly throw them in a smoothie or put it in coffee one day. But like I wasn't doing it. And so now I've been doing like every day, if I have a smoothie, it goes in there, or I'll make like tea or coffee. Yeah. Just because I do think collagen has a lot of benefits.
Oh, yeah. I always find that, I don't know, collagen tastes weird to me. Like, I don't know, it makes my smoothies thicker and stuff, so I don't
It makes it like frothy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But in hot chocolate, I think it's so good. So
like, can't taste it in there. Mix a little bone broth in there. Look at the benefits hot chocolate has.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're using like maple syrup and cacao or cocoa, like normal cocoa powder, that's healthy.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
Grant unplugged his camera.
I will just do like,
so. And the Grant saga continues.
For Christmas, I got a loose leaf teapot.
Oh, nice.
So you like put the tea in, pour the water over it, let it.
Did they buy it from your Amazon storefront?
No, she got it from Crave, which is even better. Supporting local.
Yeah.
And so I got that, and so I've just been like making the tea, putting the collagen in a cup, pouring the tea in it, and then I just put like a little bit of honey. Nice. And if you put just like a little bit of honey, I think it neutralizes that collagen taste, and it's good.
Yeah, because it's not a strong taste. You just kind of taste it. Yeah,
it's like an earthy. I don't know what it is, but
yeah. Nice.
So collagen. Obviously, I'm in my hair growth.
I do wellness.
I do feel like she like trimmed some ends. I feel like it's felt really healthy ever since she really trimmed it. But also, I've been on collagen for almost a month. So it might be the collagen.
Your nails look really long too and strong.
Yeah. And I took them off right after like those photos. We did our little like cookie cutter engagement photos. Yeah. So
they look good.
We will see.
Yeah. Good. I have two more things. One is read my Bible more. I read my Bible every day, but I just wanted to be more intentional about it. And like, I have a devotional that someone gave me after I had Grant, and I have not finished it. And it's called like Risen Motherhood, and it's very good. I just need to like actually read through it and finish it. Right. I feel like I want to do more of that in the new year, and of course, always just being in the Word more.
I think so much of this all boils down to like, you could set any goal in the and like actually taking the time to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like a lot of times, like even on church on Sunday, like, okay, Cole's going to be here at, 9 to pick me up. Like, okay, get up at 6:30 and go on the treadmill for an hour. I don't like doing it. Yeah. But now that I've kind of been doing it for a month, what is it? It takes 3 weeks to set a routine. Like, if
I think
you
it's like
can
60 days to form a habit.
Oh, is it? Well, I'm not there yet. But I think it's just like forcing yourself to do it until it comes naturally.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think any, there are certain healthy habits that might be
easier.
Yeah. But it
depends on the personality. Yeah. For some people, like, they love their quiet time and like sitting down with a cup of coffee and their Bible and their notebook and whatever. And it's not that I don't love it. It's one of those things where like, when I'm done with it, I love it. But I'm one of those people who like, I love going to the gym and I look forward to going, and like, so And where some people are like, I don't like going to the gym, but once I'm done with it, I feel good about it. So,
Right.
it just depends on.
I'm so social. So any like gym activity that's like with people, whether it's like coming to the gym with you, going to a hot class with, like Chelsea or whoever, like that to me is fun.
Yeah,
where like
it's social.
Yeah. Because I think like for me, I feel like it's bad. Like God calls us to like give us his first fruits. And I feel like I'm like, oh, it's 10 o'clock at night. I should listen to my Bible before bed. And I'm like, granted, still great. If you're in the word awesome. I'm not going to like say, oh, you should be better, but you should. But like, I feel like if I was doing it in the morning or like actually taking time to do it during my day versus like it's a last thought.
Yeah. I always think that it's good to like pray right away in the morning. If nothing else, is like just start your day talking to God. But I have a reminder on my phone to like that goes off at 8 a.m. That's like, read your Bible. And
that's smart.
And then it's, if I don't get it to it right away, it's there all day to remind me like, oh yeah.
I had like, depending on, I have so many alarms on my phone, but one of them, one of my 7 a.m. alarms is like, wake up and praise Jesus or something like that. Just because like mostly it's me waking up and I'll be like, dear God, please help me to be able to get out of bed. I feel like I should never leave this bed. But I am talking to him, so.
Yep. I just finished reading. I started reading through the Psalms over the summer, and I just finished. There was a lot of pauses, but it's 150.
There's a lot of,
It's 150 chapters. Sometimes I would read more than one chapter a day because some of them are like
little.
short. But like the last 5 chapters, I think, are all about praising the Lord. And it's like, praise the Lord in the morning, praise the Lord for he is, and it's just like all these different things of like, and the last chapter is talking about like, praise the Lord with the harp, praise him with the tambourine, like just, And so when you said that, like, get up and praise the Lord, I was like, yeah, that's what.
Just on my little walking pad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's good.
Yeah. Did you have anything else?
I just like goals for the year, get married.
Yes.
Olivia's goal is gonna have a baby. I think one thing that just like a big goal that I have that's more like lifestyle stuff is like getting the lake house done and then moving. Like I want to kind of have, and I have like started, I even went through like I've only lived in my house in Aberdeen for, I mean, it'll be 2 years this summer, but you accumulate junk so quickly. And my goal is to, in my slow season right now, start getting stuff kind of like, I get that I'm living there till May, but start getting some stuff that I can packed up. Are you hoping to move?
Like that's where you and Cole are going to live together at the lake?
The goal is there's like that contractor that's going to be working out there and stuff. Like all the things are happening. My goal would be like middle of April, I move out there.
Okay.
And then after the wedding, after the honeymoon, Cole would then transition, like moving all of his stuff out there.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Nice. Exciting. Because then you get the whole summer out.
Very exciting. I think it's all falling into place really well in my mind. So let's just hope,
Lord willing, it just stays like that.
Yes, everything keeps going that way. I think a lot of it's just knowing that dealing with like contractors and tape and texture and, getting the electrician in there, like things just always take longer than you think.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really hoping that the next like 3 months, like people show up and we get stuff done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah. Just, plan a good wedding and have a good summer.
No pressure on the wedding front. Everybody's just expecting it to be signed. Like when we were at her dress thing, the dress lady was like, this is going to be like the wedding of the century. This is like the one everybody's going to be looking at for setting trends and whatever. I was like, oh, no pressure, Daisy.
Yeah, I'm like, calm down. Century. I'm like, I wanted to elope, so don't put that much pressure on me.
Did you not hear their movie plot?
Yeah. So no, I think that this will be a good year. It's gonna be, I think for both of us, a year of change, definitely.
New seasons.
2 under 2 for you, and
just barely though.
Well, wait, that's true.
Yeah.
He will wait, but
he'll turn 2 on the 28th.
But does that not considered 2 under 2 then? I mean, he's still 2.
It's 2 and under.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
2 and under.
It sounds like I feel like you hear that all the time, like life with 2 under 2.
People love it.
It's a good saying. It's clickbait.
Yeah. Exactly. 202.
For all the Mormon moms.
Yeah. They're like 4 under 2.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I managed to have quadruplets and then get pregnant with twins.
Yeah, I see a lot of that stuff where it's like when you go to have when you decide you're going to have one more and you end up pregnant with triplets, or you end up pregnant with twins or something like that.
That would be crazy. The twins, I think that's like, you know, in your mind, in the back of your mind, you think it could always happen. Yeah. But triplets, that would be life-changing. Like, that is,
you would need
3
help all the time.
Yeah. There's no way that you don't need, like, even with twins, obviously, it's like you're going to need a little extra help. But having 3 newborns,
you would need someone all the time.
I can't even imagine. I don't know any triplets, actually. Oh, wait. Do you remember that one girl that came to our workshop one time?
Which workshop?
It was, oh, wait. That was the camper one. You weren't there. She's a triplet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But
anyways.
Yes, we will be back next week. Let's talk wedding planning.
Yes.
The girl at the gym today asked me, she's engaged. I'm shooting her wedding. And she was like, hey, how are you? And I usually will ask stuff about the wedding or stuff. And she's like, now I can ask you, how's wedding planning going? I was like, oh, let me tell you. So yes, we will talk about that next week.
So get excited, people.
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, be sure to let us know by thumbs-upping on YouTube, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below of what you would like to hear, or what you liked about this episode, whatever, if you watched it. If you're just listening on any of the podcast platforms, thanks for listening, and do whatever you have to do on the platform that you listen to rate us and make our podcast popular.
Also, share this with friends.
Yes.
I feel like that's always fun. I don't know, like, I have friends that just, like, will share random episodes. Or actually, my brother shares a lot of podcast episodes with me. But about crypto, obviously. But yes, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next week. Give us all the 5 stars and thumbs up, and we'll see you later. Bye. Bye.